All right, all right, all right. We are live. We are live here in this piece. And I am waiting for the people to come on. We are live here in this piece. Lord, I heard the spirit and it sounded like me. All right. Yes, 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 yes. Let me do a little sharing because sharing is caring. And I need the folks to come on in and parlay with me a little while. All right, all right. Happy 2023. I am excited for this new year. I just feel like this is a season God is going to really do some things for me. He's going to do some things for you. And I'm just excited about that. David Bannister, what's up? I see you. I was just laughing with David about a little video. Now you got to be careful where you sit at in church so you don't get distracted. You know, it's a lot of distractions sometimes when you go to worship. Yes. Hold on. Let me share this one more time with the people. I'm just going to talk to y'all tonight. We're going to talk about a few things. Kind of do a little recap of the year of 2022 and where, what we want, what are our goals, aspirations for 2023. What are some of the highlights of 2022? What did we learn? You know, hold on, y'all. I'm doing a little sharing. My brother Tron had a family emergency. Hopefully, London and Chubb will make it. But that's all right. I will go if I have to go by myself. There's a song that says that. Sometimes you have to go by yourself. Everybody ain't gonna walk with you, and that's fine. Okay, hold on. What I just did. I don't know what I did right there. Hold on. Let me go back. Okay, there we go. Now let me. Where's my video? Where's my video? There we go. So what's up, everybody? I see two of y'all on. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. Um, we are here. We made it to 2023. Thankful for that. So good. Glad to be here. Um, 2022 was a hard year for a lot of folks. It was certainly hard for me in certain respects. The latter part of 2022, I lost a really dear, good friend, someone I work with, and someone who she was my sister, and she had even been on this show. Um, I find myself thinking about her every day. I still kind of feel a presence. Um, I had work frustrations this past year. I had feeling like I was kind of in a place where I was stuck and I couldn't get unstuck. Um, I know that there were people around me and people out there who had issues with depression, that have been depressed for one thing or another, for one reason or another. Rather, I know sometimes during the holidays it's especially hard. I myself was kind of battling some depression over the holidays. The holidays are not always um, a great time for me. Of course, I'm always grateful to gather with family and to see family, but um, sometimes for the holidays um, it can be hard for people that feel like they have, for example, lost loved ones, or if they're lonely. There's a song, "What do the lonely do at Christmas?" They be depressed. That's what they do. When life is hard, when the pennies are not adding up, when you sometimes you're in that place where you feel like people don't love you and don't care about you, when you have felt used and abused, um, it's easy for depression to set in. Um, was texting rather with a friend today who admitted that they were going through some depression issues, and I said I pray that whatever it is um, that you're dealing with, that you come out of it. And I said to another friend just last night, I say I had my moment over the holidays where I was depressed, but I knew I couldn't stay in that place, and I know that's easier said than done. I'm just saying, I'm just talking about me. Um, but it's a new year. I'm excited about this new year. I believe that some doors are going to open for me. Some opportunities are going to come forth for me. Um, this year, I'm really going to live as never before. I'm going to dream like I haven't dreamed before. I'm going to aspire like I have never aspired before. I'm going to believe like I have never believed before. I'm going to trust God like I have never trusted Him before, because I do believe it's my season, and it's a lot of y'all seasons. So, so we have to be encouraged in this new year as much as we can. Things are going to happen, things are going to go wrong. I understand that, but I'm yet encouraged. I'm not going to give up. I'm yet encouraged. I'm too close. you know so with that being said, I'm grateful that everybody made it to 2023. I'm already hearing about someone I knew that that passed yesterday. Already death is already hit in 2023, so we have to yet be grateful. So I wanted to talk about tonight the young man from the Buffalo Bills, Damar Hamlin, who collapsed on the field on Monday during a football game. um the medical staff had to he after he got hit, he stood up and immediately collapsed to the ground. Medical staff had to come onto the field, um initiate CPR. They actually had to use the defibrillator. Apparently the young man went into cardiac arrest, and so they likely saved his life right there. um and this is why it's important. I think that we, especially if you work in a job or field where you interact with people a lot, everybody should have that basic CPR course. So side note for that. So this young man was transported to the hospital. He is currently now in critical but stable condition. He is intubated, meaning he is not conscious. I believe have him um, laying on his stomach to try to relieve from some of the fluids and different things out of his lungs. So I put up a post Monday night. I said those who know the worth of prayer to say a prayer for this young man, because anybody can pray, but not everybody that prays know the worth of prayer. And so I'm just a believer that if you don't know the worth of prayer, your prayers ain't hitting on nothing. So, oh Lord, I'm watching history in the making. Okay. So, I was amazed just watching the outpour of support, watching his teammates shed tears, and you can see that those young men really cared about each other. Um, it was not a moment to just go on business as usual. Um, in the way that the fans, just the entire community have just went up in prayer and exhortation for this young man, even with his toy drive charity that people have given, of their finances, and that charity has raised millions of dollars just in these few short days. And so, even out of tragedy, something good can happen, and we pray that that young man has a full recovery. Um, this does beg the question. We know that football is a close contact sport. As exciting and fun as it is, I'm a college football fan. I love my Florida State Seminoles. That's my alma mater. I don't care what nobody say about the Seminoles. I love the Seminoles, but I know that it's a close contact sport, and that it is essentially dangerous, and you can suffer injuries and sometimes even life threatening injuries. This is a young 24-year-old man who, for all accounts, was very healthy, and he got hit the wrong way, and it threw the rhythm of his heart off. So anything can happen to anybody. Um, this begs the question, as far as the NFL, them taking a closer look at, which I think they're already doing, is how do they keep players safer? Um, I don't know if there's a way that they can do that. But we certainly going to keep that young man lifted up. We know that Well, I'm not gonna say we. I know what prayer can do. And so we pray that that young man will get the healing that he needs and he'll be able to recover. Now, it's something very interesting going on. I don't know how many of you out there are politically inclined. I have been watching the 118th U.S. House of Representatives, and right now they've been trying to elect a speaker since yesterday. The Republicans nominated Kevin McCarthy. The Democrats nominated Hakeem Jeffries. Um, the threshold for this vote for speaker has to be 218 votes. Kevin McCarthy, who is the Republican majority leader, could only afford to lose 4 votes. There were 3 votes, I think, on Monday. There were 6 votes today, and McCarthy has lost every vote, meaning he could not get to 218. There's a lot of infighting going on with the Republican Party. You see Republicans from their conference putting up nominating other people. You see the Freedom Caucus. Um, they're really pulling the strings. Some of them are flat out opposed to McCarthy. And I don't want McCarthy either, y'all, just to be honest. I wish that the Republicans do screw it up, and I hope that some of them actually jump ship and vote with the Democrats and elect Hakeem Jeffries, because we do not need a Republican Speaker of the House. Um, but it's interesting to watch the process and to see the wheeling and dealing that goes on. Um, in this. So I've actually got the TV on right now. I've been checking back, and right now there's a motion on the floor to adjourn. So the Republicans went into a meeting. McCarthy's still trying to see if he can get the votes he needs. There's about 20 or so Republicans that have been voting against him. He came out. Apparently, the negotiations didn't get what they wanted yet. So he did not want to have a vote. Well, the problem is in order to adjourn the House, you need two thirds vote of the entire assembly, which meaning that the Democrats would have to go along. So right now there's a vote going on right now on whether or not on the motion to adjourn the House. So it looks like right now there are 177 Democrats that have said no. There's 159 that have said yay. 1 nay for the Republicans. Still more people voting. So it looks like, yeah, still more people voting. So we'll see how that looks in a couple minutes. Um, but a lot of infighting. Now, this begs the question. Now, I know some of us may not be into politics and stuff, but if you are the majority party and y'all cannot even elect a speaker, which means that the House of Representatives cannot do any business. They can't do committee assignments. They can't take up any bills. They can't bring any legislation to the floor because you have to have a speaker elected first. So if the Republican Party, who ran on the premise that they are the party of law and order, that they are the party that is fiscally sound and responsible, that they are the ones who are going to drain the swamp, even though they live in the damn swamp. Um, if they cannot do this, what kind of confidence does the general public have in their ability to govern? Today we saw President Biden, Uncle Joe, and Goat Neck, Goat Throat Mitch McConnell um, together at an event touting the success of the infrastructure bill in McConnell's state. So I don't know. The Republicans in the House are on some BS. We need to be paying more attention to what goes on in our local government, our county, our state, especially our state, because I live in Florida, and let me tell you, it's a mess with these damn Republicans. Um, and this crazy ass that we got, but so I would just encourage everybody to be more proactive and more in tune with paying attention to what is going on out here. Um, but I do hope Hakeem Jeffries gets it. I do. Now, let me see what else I got to talk about here, and I ain't gonna hold y'all long tonight. But and if you're in there, say something in the comment section so I know that you're there. Um, let me see. Let me look at that. Okay. So okay, so they still got this vote going on the motion. We're gonna see what's happening with that in a minute. But like I said, going back to just goals and aspirations, I am highly encouraged in this new year. I would encourage everyone to pursue their passions. What's up, Rodney? Good to see you, sir. To not become complacent. Um, Many of us go to a job. Um, it's not necessarily always something that we're passionate about. Um, it just kind of meets the needs, it pays the bills. But I believe we should also do something that we're passionate about, something that you enjoy doing. If you find yourself going to a job that you absolutely abhor, the closer you get to the building, it's like the heavier your heart gets, the slower your steps get, the higher your anxiety gets. You want to cuss people out all damn day long because they don't know this is the day that if they keep messing with you, they're going to fuck around and find out. I've had some days like that later. You gonna FAFO, FOAFO, fuck around and find out. And I thank God that He remind me that I still need a job. Rodney, I know do you know what I'm talking about, Rodney? Can you relate to that? So I just encourage people that if you somewhere where you're just really not happy, maybe that's just it's time for you to move on. It's time for you to find something else, to find a place where you're gonna truly be passionate about what you are doing. And it could, and sometimes what I've learned for myself is sometimes that when you get uncomfortable in certain spaces, it's not that you're necessarily the problem. Sometimes I believe it is that the Father he's just troubling the waters around you to get your attention, to let you know that, look, there's more for you. There's more that I have for you to do. There is more than this. And to not get complacent um, in this. If you're capable of more, if you want more, if you want to go the extra mile, if you want to go the distance, that um, you are capable of it. If you believe that you can do it, that you are capable of it, if you have the faith to trust God in the process, and even in the moments where it doesn't feel comfortable, in the moments where you're second guessing yourself and your decisions, in the moments when you want to cuss somebody ass out, in the moments you uh, where you leave work and you're so wound up, and sometimes black people, sometimes we deal with so much stress, we don't even know what it's like to be without stress because we're constantly under some form of stress. um oh yeah, you say okay, Rodney. You say absolutely, yeah. Work now, okay. Swing shift. So I found out that a lot of times I don't know how to relax. I am constantly wound up. I did not realize until recently how much stress I am really under. When I try to unwind, it's hard for me to unwind. I'm at home thinking about work stuff. I'm at home thinking, sometimes I find myself picking up the computer on my home, on my personal time, and checking this and checking that. And I say, oh no, I'm not doing that. Because you know what I learned about these jobs? They will use you. They will use you up till you have no more to give. And guess what? When you gone, they're gonna hire somebody and put them in your place, and they're gonna keep it moving. So you have to have a work-life balance. I'm gonna pay you for I'm gonna give you what you pay me for, and that's it. I ain't giving you an ounce of my personal time. I ain't giving you none of my peace. Because I found myself being very frustrated lately with people at work, and I said, "Okay, God, I have to learn how to not let nobody take my peace. I'm gonna go through what I got to go through now because you're taking me somewhere." And I know a lot of times, a lot of us, we don't want to go through nothing. We want what we want, but we don't want to go through nothing to get it. So I learned in those spaces, sometimes you got to go through some stuff when you're trying to get somewhere. And so I said, okay, God, I got to go through this. Help me through this so I don't cuss these people out. Help me through this, Lord, so I don't say what I really want to say. Because they're going to foul fuck around and find out if they're not careful. And I'm so glad, that now I've got a sense of peace because I think for me now I realize that where I'm at, I ain't here to stay. There's more for me to do. And so I'm excited about that. Um, I didn't really come on with a whole bunch of stories or different topics or things to talk about. Let me see what's going on with this motion. Oh, they got 206 nays so far, 207 nays so far. It don't look like they're gonna be a journey. Um, But I just wanted to come on here just to kind of encourage people, talk about life, because this thing called life, it is not easy. I used to be in such a rush to grow up, not realizing being a child and not having responsibilities, not having to worry about bills. That was the best time of my life, when I ain't have to worry about these things, when I ain't have to worry about trying to make a quarter out of a penny, you know, um, trying to make a buck out of a dime. Um, but being the boss comes with a price. And so, I wish I would have appreciated that more when I was a child, when I was growing up, being more appreciative of that time period. Um, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. Everything I got tonight. Like I said, I'm not gonna hold y'all long. We've been on here about 20 minutes now. Rodney, what's going on with you, sir? It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. But then again, I've been on hiatus a little bit. Y'all make sure y'all join me and the rest of the Kings in the Court on Friday. My brother King Jives, my brothers um, Ashley and Christian and Jay and London, Marquise, my sister Jazz. Make sure you join us. We appreciate all your support. Um, and we're looking to go higher in 2023. Um, I also in 2022, I spent a lot of time, unnecessary time in beefing with people about stuff that ultimately really didn't matter. Um, I made up in my mind in this new year, I ain't finna beef. I ain't got time to be wasting energy beefing with somebody. Um, over silly stuff. Over if you ain't for me, you just ain't for me. I think the one mistake I made a lot of times with people in the past is sometimes I'm a little too trusting. Um, and everybody that says brother or sister or this or that, sometimes you have to give people an opportunity to prove themselves. You can't take everybody at face value. So I said in this new year, I'm not gonna be fighting and arguing and going back and forth with nobody. It's just a lot of wasted energy. I got places I'm trying to go and I got things I'm trying to do. And it's just negative juju I don't need in my life. So, oh Lord, it looks like the motion. Wait a minute, did it pass? Oh. Oh, they got some people that didn't vote. Oh, they are gonna adjourn, so they won by one vote. Okay. Okay. What you said, Rodney, y'all having a real bad storm in Oakland, California right now? Y'all stay safe out there in Oakland. I know y'all need some rain in California, but y'all be safe out there. Are your lights on, Rodney? You got electricity where you are and everything? Let us know, Rodney. Rodney, I heard this. I heard Oakland got a lot of trade out there. I'm going to ask you about that. I'm going to have to inbox you. Okay, good, good. We're glad. I hope you're somewhere safe. I think you said you were at work, so hopefully, and hopefully, folks are staying off the road right now if it's a bad storm and everything going on out there. Um, yeah. So let me see. David, are you still here, David? Yes, I said it right now. I sure did. I want to file for David. I want to fuck around and find out. so, yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, yes, David, I said it. Trade, baby, the exchange of goods and services. That's commerce. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I was trying to wait on London to come on, but I don't think London is going to make it. That is all right. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this broadcast. I want to wish everybody a great in advance, a great 2023. I wish you nothing but blessings on your life and blessings on mine, protection for you and your loved ones, good health, good fortune, um, and all that great stuff. And I will see you hopefully next Wednesday, right back here on Power Plug Radio. Um, and with that, we're gonna say goodbye. And I appreciate you all for your support. All right, bye bye.